Welcome back to part 4 of the JLU 0.0 refresher build. So we're at the point of doing the body, but I've got some little refreshers for the underside. I went ahead and picked up these new Hot Racing high clearance links. So I've already got a Hot Racing link set on there. So I really wanted these for those lower high clearance. So the uppers are the same that I've got on there now. I also picked up this new 4-link set that TrueRC makes, that Racing makes, that Kicks makes, etc. So I picked this up to get the front upper 4-link. So I'm going to pair that with the lowers, those fronts, and then I'll basically have a spare set left over, just a 3-link. But I'll see if I can show you here on this build. Before, when I had those double barrel kinetic shocks, there was so much droop and compression that they were getting rubbed with that metal drive shaft, so I had to Dremel out that Y piece. So a 4-link will clear that drive shaft easily. Not that I don't think I'm having that issue anymore with these taller shocks, but it'd be nice to get a 4-link on there and get some eye clearance. And you'll also notice I took the stance down from being such a monster truck. I gave it some test running, and even without the body, it's just too top heavy. So I ended up moving those shocks, the fronts back up to the stock, so I took them off the frame. And then the rears were more vertical on the frame, so I leaned them forward, so it dropped them a little bit. So that lowered me down a little bit. That led me to a little more extreme trimming. I don't really like this side as much. Did this one a little different. Kind of kept with the door angle instead of made it so round. Kind of like that one. It keeps it looking like a Jeep. And then with it lowered, I lost some more fender. So I've got a little kind of eyebrow on the rear. And then I took the front up just a little bit higher at the back. But that's about it. So I've still got a little bit of fender on the back. So anyways, I feel comfortable with this one. So I got this one out and was about to start cutting the fenders, and I noticed, seems like the last several bodies I've gotten, they're put in the machine off center and they're punched off center. So I had to, you can't really tell, I did a pretty good job. I had to widen that hole kind of downwards to the driver's side to center it. My grill was sitting just a hair off center. And then the holes back here were off center a little, but they're big enough that you can center the mount without any additional work. So it made me look at the gray one, the 2.0 build I'm working on right now, and the front of that one, it's slightly off. I didn't notice it, so it's bugging me, but I don't think I'm gonna, I've already got magnets in, so I can't really do anything about shifting that position because it's gonna sit where the magnets sit. So anyways, that's kind of the overview of where we're at starting. And then I've got LEDs here, headlights, Bang RC, tail lights, and then just LEDs for the bumpers that I'll wire up. Oh, and one thing I did was I moved that Club 5 from being kind of wonky to being vertical. It was kind of laying on those motor cables, so I tie wrapped those motor cables tight, got a little more space on this slider, and was able to double stick that vertical between the slider mounts. So I like that a lot better. And then the plugs clear, those bolts, so that'll be nice and clean. So I'm really happy with the way the wiring in this one turned out. I need to get it figured out in the other 2.0 build. So anyways, enough talking, let me get going. this very quickly just turned into a links only install video portion. Got the body painted, unmasked it, and found a little imperfection I didn't really like and was messing with it and just didn't like the outcome. So I just scrapped it, ordered me a new clear body. I'm going to start over. Not a big deal, you know, just some time wasted, but I think it'll be worth it to get the results I want. So anyways, I wanted to jump into the links here, and initially I was just going to swap out the lowers and then swap these front uppers and leave what I had in there. But you know, looking at these new links here, I think I'm definitely going to put in all of them but the Y link. Compared to the other hot racing, let's see if I can get this to focus in. Maybe. Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. So these, instead of oval, they're actually beveled. All right, here's a better focused view, but you can see what I'm talking about. The profile edges are beveled. They look really clean. So I'm going to swap all of these in except for the Y-link, and the Y-link is the same. It's not beveled any different than the normal. So anyways, I'm going to pop these in, and then I'll put on these 41 millimeter uppers from TrueRC. So then I'll have, you know, these and the Y for a full new set, and then I'll have this hot racing set that I'll take off completely. So I'll end up with actually one used set and one brand new. Both of those will end up being 3 links. So let me get these in. Alright, I got the rears on there, and you can see when it's compressed they are basically flat, and probably because of the lift here, there's still a little bit of an angle, but less than the fronts that are still the straight. So I've got the fronts here ready to go on, these nice hot racing fronts, and then the TrueRCs for the uppers, which you've got to assemble the balls. So I'll pop those in and finish this up, and this will be a short one. Alright, everything's installed, and this is how she's sitting. So basically fully horizontal when compressed. So that's nice. Let's flip this guy over here. So on the front you can see the 4-link uppers, so that should eliminate that rub that I had previously gotten on the Y link, and then the full 4 hot racings in the back. Came out pretty slick. So I think that may conclude it for today until I get that body back painted and can get going on the LEDs and the finish out here. But in the meantime, I've got a used full set and a brand new full set 3-link ready to go on a C10 or a JLU build. So stay tuned for a bigger and better update to come on this guy, and we'll get a body on it soon.